On my fellow YouTube bring people. My name is Jason X, and welcome back to a very late video. We're just gonna be going over some Skinwalker lore. I'm gonna make a small series, and it's gonna be called Understanding the Lore of Pretty Much Any Urban Legend. So if you would like to stick across, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and well, here you go. Let's get started with this. Look at that. Bro, I wonder what the story's... I wonder what the story's gonna be. What is it gonna be? What about the Skinwalkers? Oh god,
there are
those
many
are
truly
creepy
terrifying
ones.
legends that originate from Native American folklore.
Yeah,
One that stands
a
out
lot.
for many is the Wendigo.
So that's the thing about lore and urban legends. You kind of grow up with a lot of this stuff. Me being Mexican, I grew up with La Llorona, El Cucuy, El Chupacabra. I grew up with a lot of that urban legend folklore, which we're also going to get into later on. But for now, it's just the Wendigo.
Maybe because deep down it reflects our very own human nature. But there are legends out there that we know next to nothing about because they are deemed so horrid, so evil, that
Yeah.
even talking about them or mentioning them in passing is a bad omen.
And that is actually very true. I literally have come across many types of people, many types of commentators basically saying if you look into eyes or if you say the name, it's pretty much a bad omen, which is why you try to avoid it. Apparently, it's like bad luck, bad curse. It's kind of like one of those it comes at you type deal. So, yeah, it's always best to avoid the name, even though I've already said it like 5 times.
Today's video will be on the Nadlushi, the Navajo Skinwalker.
I didn't even
Now,
know there were
Skinwalkers are a
different
topic I've
types.
wanted to cover for a while, but the taboo around the subject does mean there isn't a wealth of information out there.
Okay.
So I guess we start with the obvious.
What is a
What
skin
exactly
mama?
is a skinwalker?
Let's
At
go.
first glance, skinwalkers are essentially shapeshifters, but shapeshifter in itself is a very loose term. You can transform into an animal, an object, or another human. It literally just means you can alter your shape or form. Most part is
Oh my gosh, the amount of videos I've seen, the amount of stuff that I've come across in terms of shape-shifting, it's creepy as fuck, man. If I find some clips, I can go ahead and put them in here, but there is just, when it comes to the skinwalkers, the shape-shifting is just so, it's something, it's so creepy.
limited to just animals. The biggest hint we get is from its native name, Nadlushi. In the Navajo language, this roughly translates to mean he or she who goes on all fours, but that doesn't necessarily limit the transformation to four-legged animals.
Yeah, no.
The Navajo saw skinwalkers as powerful witches or corrupt medicine men who had obtained the highest level of priesthood, but instead they choose to use these supernatural abilities to inflict harm and suffering on others.
Okay, so pretty much a lot of this really started because they just were bad people. They were pretty much given magical powers, and instead of using it for good, they were like, nah, fuck them peoples, bro. We finna commit mad genocides.
The fear of repercussion coupled with a distrust of outsiders are two fairly compelling reasons why skinwalkers aren't openly talked about. There is also the belief that skinwalkers only share their practices with their own kind, which only adds to the mystery surrounding them.
Oh,
This
shit.
also means it's unlikely that the Navajo know who among them is actually a skinwalker, as they transform under the cover of night.
So, wait, what?
Mystery surrounding them. This also means it's unlikely that the Navajo know who among them is actually a skinwalker, as
Wait, so that means that there are skinwalkers that there are there are creature people that are living among them and they don't even know? Huh, this reminds me of a video game. I wonder what video game it reminds me of. Very interesting. But that is actually very creepy. Like, imagine you're just being out in public and all of a sudden you just don't know. All of a sudden you just get very creeped out about something and you don't know if it's real or not. You don't know if it's human.
as they transform under the cover of night. What type of animal they transform into does seem to vary, the most common being a coyote, which is often seen as a trickster.
Oh
They can
yeah.
also take the form of other animals such as foxes, wolves, owls, eagles, and crows.
Mm-hmm.
The form they take depends on what they require, as each animal has a different set of unique abilities. If they planned on attacking someone, then a wolf would be a good choice.
Okay, so see, I didn't even know that. I didn't know that whatever shape they take the form of, they also take those abilities. So that's actually very interesting. I just thought that they took the form of the creature and that was it. Like I didn't know that there was anything more to that. But I guess in terms of how it works, I mean, I guess it would make sense. They take the form of the creatures, they take their abilities, and they can pretty much use those abilities for their advantage. Like he said, depending on what you need them. You want to fly, be a bird. You want to eat people, be wolf. You wanna harm people, be rhino.
Whereas transforming into some kind of bird offers the ability of flight, and even something like a crow being an omen of death could act as a warning or a threat.
Oh yeah,
The skinwalker wears the skin of the animal they transform into, hence the name. But wearing the skin of most animals was seen as taboo by many tribes, and the Navajo only wore sheepskin and buckskin when it came to ceremonial purposes. So
really?
unless the skinwalkers only wore these skins during the night, it kinda defeats the whole you never know who the skinwalker among you is, because it's obviously the person wearing the animal skin.
Okay, so pretty much that's how you differentiate. So you would pretty much be sus if you were to just randomly walk into a village one day, not knowing about the legends the urban tells you, just from another tribe, chilling, going in, and all of a sudden they look at you because you're wearing animal skin. Oh, that wouldn't be good. Oh, that would not be good. Oh no, you're fucked. You're screwed if that happens. Oh, that's not good.
What it actually takes to become a skinwalker, no one really knows for sure. But as witches and medicine men, it's believed that a ritual must be performed, and given their nature, it's likely to have been the dark and nefarious kind. There is also the belief that to become a skinwalker, you must first take the life of someone close to you, a
Really?
friend or family member. So if
So pretty much you have to kill people. Okay, gotcha. So in order to become one with them, become sacrificial and kill your family because why? They don't matter. You're not gonna worry about them. Once you turn into the creature, you're good. You're golden. You don't gotta worry about it no more. Everything you will forget, and you will not be on the hunt.
some do in fact
That's
deem
just
it worthy
weird.
of taking the life of another, then surely what you receive in return must be impressive. Well, along with being able to turn into animals, skinwalkers can mimic the sound or voice of any animal or human. With the
Okay,
transformation,
yes, that is very creepy. I've seen videos, I've seen shorts, I've seen explanations. It's just all very creepy. Like imagine you're chilling one day in a camp, like you're camping out with some friends, and all of a sudden you hear screaming, which apparently, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you hear screaming for help, but the person is acting very suspicious, like they're twitching, there's something. Yeah, run away from that. It's pretty much just them luring you in. And I'm pretty sure, if I'm correct, I did see something about them uh, saying the words of their last victim. So if their last victim ended with help, then that's what they're gonna use. Help. That means that I would use suck my balls. Suck my balls.
comes enhanced stamina, strength, and speed. Catching a skinwalker in animal form is thought to be nigh on impossible. Some skinwalkers were even capable of reading the human mind, and if one was to stare into the eyes of a skinwalker for long enough, they can enter your mind and take control of your body. There isn't much said about how one kills a skinwalker, but similar to stories of werewolves, some believe that saying a skinwalker's full name out loud will result in them having to atone for their crimes and even dying in some cases. It's difficult to say for sure what a skinwalker's motives are. They may be seen as evil, but they are still human, and like some humans, they are driven by their own selfish and malicious nature.
My guy, I'm gonna be honest. I do not think they would even be classified as humans. They're aliens for all we know. They could be anything. They could be extraterrestrial. They could be death. They could be anything. Now that on the other hand, I was right about that. Saying the name out loud causes some random, like, it causes effects, not effects, but causes kind of like, oh, we're coming after you type deal. honestly, how true that is, I have no idea. How true that is, I have no idea. It's the thing about this lore though. It's that what interests me about these urban legends is whether they are real or not. You just can't help but be intrigued by the information that's in there.
As you may expect, over the years there have been hundreds of stories of people claiming to have seen or encountered skinwalkers.
Honestly, you guys can go ahead and leave some comments down below. Like, give me your opinion, give me your facts. Like, what would you do if you were to come across them? Would you man up and take it head on, or would you just run away like a little bitch? I mean, personally, I'd probably go with the second option because there's no way in hell I'm fighting this unless I have the power of my Lord Almighty. Either that or just have some random superpower that can actually help me withstand this, because this is creepy as hell. I am not going to go up against people that look like this. Look at that, man. Look at that bird. And the creepy part is, they're among us, and we're never going to know who or what it could be. All we know is that we're going to be cautious. But anyways, if you enjoyed the video, thank you for stopping by and taking some time to look into it. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and of course, I'll catch you all later.